That sounds pretty good. I wonder what Mr. Casaubon's doing right now. Hey, Mr. K, what you working on?
Hey, Mr. Stachin. I'm working on our attendance report for the week.
Oh, for the kids that were tardy to class?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so this is the report where we find out kids that were tardy to 3 classes.
That's correct. 3 classes or more.
And then they have to spend one of their lunches in the tardy return room?
That is correct, Mr. Stachin.
So 3 classes, if they're late to 3 classes in 1 week, they have to spend lunch in the tardy return room.
Sad but true. Yes, the tardy return room they will be.
What if they're late to 5 classes?
Well, then those students will have to be in the tardy payback room for 2 days.
2 days of lunches if they're tardy to 5 classes in 1 week?
Yes, sad but so true.
Wow. I know this doesn't happen in Roosevelt, but what if a kid is tardy to 7 classes in 1 week?
Well, Mr. Stachin, thank you so much for that phenomenal question because, you know, it won't happen at Roosevelt. I certainly hope not. So, Mr. Stachin, that's a great question. If a student is tardy to class 7 or more times during the week, then they're going to have to spend 3 days in the tardy payback room during lunch.
Wow. 3 lunches lost for being tardy to 7 classes. That is crazy.
A tragedy, really, for those lunches. You know, lunches are so fun outside.
They are. Hey, how does a student find out if they have to go to the tardy payback room during lunch? You know, I mean, those tardies were from last week. It's hard to remember how many times the student's late to class.
And you know what, Mr. Stachin, you bring up a great point, and that's why we have designed a slip called the Tardy Payback Reminder. This slip is going to allow students to remember that they are here to report to our tardy payback room. We have the room number where the student is so that this slip will be delivered there. And then we have the student's name. And then we have the room number where the tardy payback room will be. So this information is all here for those students that need a reminder.
So let me get this right. Their name is here on the side and the room that the slip was delivered to, and then the yellow box has the classroom that they have to report to.
That is correct, Mr. Stachin.
The student has 5 minutes from the time the lunch bell rings to report to the tardy return room. Otherwise, they get 2 tardy return room lunches.
That is correct, Mr. Stachin.
Wow, so let me see if I got this right. If you're late to 3 or more classes in 1 week's time, Monday to Friday, you have to serve 1 lunch day in the tardy return room.
Correct so far.
If they're late to class 5 times in 1 week, they have to spend 2 days in the tardy return room.
That's correct.
And if they're late to class 7 times in 1 week, they have to spend 3 lunches in the tardy return room.
Absolutely.
And students who receive this kind of paper with the room number they're supposed to go to in the yellow box, if they're not there within 5 minutes, the tardy return room doubles.
Unfortunately, it does.
Wow, that's a lot. Gee, I hope our Trojans are everywhere they need to be on time.
I agree, Mr. Stachin, because after all, we are the Trojans. Hurrah!